Hello, this is Jacob, and you're watching RevHiker Outdoors.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you, first of all, for that intro. And I've got a pretty, to me, it's an important video. And I've got my little one here to help me. And I wanted to talk today a little bit about the difference between PLBs, which is a personal locator beacon, the difference between them and like the Spot and like the DeLorme InReach. There are three kind of very different ways to get found if you get lost or if there's an emergency in the backcountry. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the differences between them, kind of some of the strengths and the weaknesses of them, and I apologize for the wind noise, and then tell you what I ended up buying after doing considerable research. So first off, a lot of people want to be safe in the backcountry, and these things allow you to be safer, okay? They all offer search and rescue stuff, so if you get in a bad situation, you can hit the help button and it alerts search and rescue teams, mostly wherever you are. Yeah, that I'll tell you in a few minutes, though. Don't touch it now. It adds a degree of safety to your backcountry trips. I've done a lot of solo stuff, and I know there's been many times where my wife has been worried. So between that and the fact that my mom was looking to do portions of the AT, and she spent some times out in the parks out west with her husband, and they each have some medical stuff, we thought it would be a good idea to kind of invest in one of these. So let me just tell you a little bit about the differences. Things like the Spot and the DeLorme, people love them because you can send messages back and forth. You can either send like an "I'm okay" message with the Spot, or with the DeLorme, you can actually use it as like a phone, like texting back and forth via satellite. And that's kind of the beauty of that thing. However, there is a big difference in price between PLBs, the Spot, and the DeLorme. The Spot is about $150, and then it's about $150 per year after that. And you have to pay your first year subscription when you buy it. So you're laying out $300 initially. With the DeLorme, you can get them for about $180. I think I've seen them as low as, but I think most of them are more than that, like $250 or so. And then you can choose whether you want just a couple months service or a full year's service, so the price can vary on that. The DeLorme InReach will usually end up being cheaper over 5 years if you choose the lesser plan where you only use it a couple months out of the year. And then a personal locator beacon can range in price, but they're usually a little bit more expensive than the Spot. They're anywhere from like $170 to $250 is the highest I've seen, and there's different models. And those, some of them are equipped to where you can send an "I'm okay" message, and I'll get to more of that in a minute. So a lot of the things that I've read about the DeLorme and the Spot were they have limited satellite coverage in certain parts of the world. If you're not an international traveler, then that shouldn't matter too much to you because the whole U.S. is covered, but parts of Africa and Asia can be spotty on those two networks. Also, they have a much weaker signal strength than, say, a personal locator beacon. They operate on a different frequency. They use different satellite systems, and so sometimes the messages don't get out. I've read a lot of reports where people were trying to send okay messages and they weren't getting out, and people freaked out about it and all this stuff. So I'll make a long story short, and basically after looking at all the pros and cons, I ended up with this. Lily, hold it up. Turn it around. I ended up with this. It's an ACR personal locator beacon. It's the SAR-Link. Now I'll put more details and some links for this thing below. But basically the reason I bought it is because the signal strength is so much higher than either the Spot or the InReach. This thing will always get out. If I'm in really heavy tree cover or even moderate tree cover, the other ones, their signal won't even get out through the trees. This has been known to work in basements and down in canyons and stuff where the other ones just won't get their signal out. When you need to deploy this thing, this comes undone, and you get a whole antenna, and it's actually the #1 rated, this brand and this particular style. It's the #1 rated for signal strength, and when you set this thing off, it will go for 35 hours. Don't pull that. Do not pull that. It'll go for 35 hours. So, I got this for a number of reasons. Signal strength is the biggest one, and with this particular one, you can send OK messages, and if you pay the subscription fee, which is $60 for a year, so it's much less than half of the other subscription services, and it'll send it up to 5 emails and phone numbers for a text message. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Much stronger signal strength, and on this one, it has a test button. Let go of it for a second. There's a test button on there. I don't know if you can see the OK button there, but you test that, and on this screen up here, it'll tell you that it's testing itself, and it'll tell you, yes, signal's good, yes, we connected to the GPS, yes, you're all good. So not only will it send an OK message, but it'll also do a self-test and let you know that it's working and that you have a good signal. You'll do it in a second. So I'm going to show you kind of the sequence of what it does in a minute, but I want to tell you, actually I'll show you that now, and then I'm going to tell you about the company ACR, because I have an awesome story of their customer service. These guys really treated me right, and I wanted to let everybody know, because you know, when you're investing in these, you want a good company, you want good support, and these guys, as far as I'm concerned, might be the best that I've ever dealt with of any company on any brand or any type of product. So anyway, Lily is going to, Lily, go ahead and press this one, the one that says OK. Press it, go ahead, walk right up here to the camera, press it and hold it for 1 second. Hold it down. Okay, let go. You guys see what's going on the screen? I can't tell if it's going with these glasses. Oh, there's glare. Okay, well, let me try to show you here. Take my glasses off. The polarization kills things. So you press and hold this for 1 second, and then it'll give you a readout up here.
I see.
And it tells you
I see.
the test was good, test everything passed, and the little beacon, the LED beacon blipped. So that's part of the reason I like that. It tells you that everything is working well. Now, I think this transmits for like 35 hours after you activate it. After you activate it once and you get rescued, you need to send it in and have the batteries redone, okay? That's usually a little over $100. So it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but if it saves your butt and you gotta spend $100 after, or 110 or 120, something like that, to have the batteries replaced, to me that's a non-issue. This thing just saved your life, you know? So anyway, let me tell you about the customer service aspect of this, because it was excellent. So I went and bought these. I bought this one, actually not this one, at Gander Mountain. And Gander Mountain is going out of business, at least the one by me is. And I think part of the reason is because their customer service was always garbage. They were always very hard to deal with, especially the guys at the gun counter. But regardless, they're going out of business. So I went and I bought this thing, and it was, I got it home. Now these batteries are good for 5 years. Every 5 years you have to replace these batteries in here, but you don't ever have to charge it. It's just, they're in here and they're good for 5 years. So okay, they've got a shelf life of 5 years. Just think about that for a second. I go in there, I open the box when I get home after I buy it, and they say all sales final, blah, blah, blah. So I get home, I open it up, the battery had been expired for almost a year. It had been on their shelf nearly 6 years, and they sold it to me. And when I went back to it and I said, you guys sold me an expired battery, it's going to cost me X amount of dollars to have it replaced. Oh well, too bad, so sad. And I was just, you got to be kidding me. So I contacted ACR through their website. I filled out one of their forms. The next day, I got an email back, or no, the next day I got an email and they said, we got your thing, we're looking into it. Not long after that, several hours after that, I got a phone call from them, and the guy who I talked to was excellent. And he was just said, I told him the story. I said, hey, look, I bought this from Gander Mountain. They don't want to do anything about it. It's been expired for almost a year. And he said, man, I hate when retailers are like that. And he said, but I tell you what, we're going to take care of you. And he said, I'm going to send you this thing, fill it out, get it back. He goes, you send it in to us, and we will replace it with brand new batteries, and it won't cost you a dime. You just have to ship it to us. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. And he goes, and by the way, he goes, we haven't sold that model for 3 years. It's been discontinued. He's like, but we still do the batteries for it. And I was like, wow, I can't believe Gander was still selling this stuff. So I sent it in to him. I got email confirmation as soon as it got there. I think it was out for maybe a week and a half. And near the end, when I expected it was going to start coming back, I get an email. And they said, look, what we've decided to do as a courtesy is to hook you up with the new model. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to upgrade you to the one that has the screen on it. The one I bought had no screen. It just had a little light that confirmed. This thing has the whole self-test thing, and it's got the screen on it. And so they totally blew me away. They sent me a newer one that I believe cost more. It was the replacement for the old model, and they put brand new batteries, and they transferred the old unique number to this one. And like I said, I had it back, I think from the time that I sent it till the time that it arrived back at my door was about 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks. Now, considering shipping times, that's pretty good, especially since they had no need to do it. It wasn't their fault. This is Gander Mountain's problem. They were the jerks, and these guys totally took care of me. So for my money, after that experience and the research, the signal strength, all that stuff, for me it was no competition between this ACR personal locator beacon and the Spot and the DeLorme. I was really happy that I ended up plunking down my own cash for this because I don't know, it just so much better in my opinion. So that's about it, guys. I don't want to make this too crazy long, but I did want to let you know that certain companies are really good. I've heard different things about Spot, DeLorme. Haven't really heard any problems with, but ACR is top notch. And actually, what was I gonna say? These guys, I think it's like. This is what the military, NATO, and the Coast Guard and most exploration expeditions use. And I don't know, for me, these things are just these things are just bomber. I was really, really pleased with it. And like I said, if you go to 406link.com, that's where you can find out more information about these things as far as the services that are offered, the texting, if you will, service, the letting people know that you're okay. If you're looking for tracking, like where people can go on a website and follow along with you, then this really isn't the thing. You're going to have to deal with the weak signal strength of the InSpot or the InReach or the Spot. Yes, honey. We're gonna ride that in a few minutes. All right, give me a minute. So anyway, guys, look. For me, this is gonna go on with me on the Northville Placid through hike, and most of the other stuff that I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna take this on my motorcycle when I'm doing long distance trips too, because if I crash and go off the road, and people don't see you, they might not see you down an embankment. And if I have this on me, I can just pop it out if I'm out of cell range, or if I can't find my cell phone and this is attached to me. This is a great thing. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know what I'm using to stay a little safer out in the backcountry, and my customer service experience. Now, I know this thing has cons and some drawbacks compared to the others, but for my needs and what I want it for, the signal strength of this, the absolute global, anywhere I go, this covers. There is no dark spots on the entire earth for this. It doesn't need to see me and the base station at the same time. It's just, if you really get into researching it, these things are definitely better if all you want is the utmost in reliability and signal strength, and for me that's what I wanted. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. God bless. As always, if you have any more questions or comments, put them below and I will do my best to answer them all. God bless you guys. I will catch you later next time.